Hi, today teardown and damage assessment on this. We have here a super vintage Sanyo portable panaplex display calculator, the ICC 810, and it is actually from 1972. Yes, more than 50 years old. The serial number says 772, so maybe January 72 and 4525. Okay, so made in Japan, of course. I got this on Classified's website for 10 euros, not tested. So case is little bit rough, but if you look here, seems not good. We have green oxide here. This is a model with built-in battery. So spoiler, I already extracted the very bad built-in nickel cadmium pack we had inside, and it is what leaked and made some extensive damage. And here I just noticed we have damage from so it is melted a little bit, this thing. So very special connector for the charger, which I do not have. And you can see the display, really nice. All the Sanyo logo I saw, I believe. So let's open it and find out how bad it is. So originally I had a little rubber cups over the screws here. I did unglue, and I believe they are inside. So it has never been opened before me because the rubber pads were still in place. So it will lift like this. Here I did leave the sleeve of the original cadmium battery pack on the original connector, which you can see already the damage, quite bad. The little rubber things I did undo, and here is what it looks inside. And look at this, guys. So this edge connector here, not used, maybe for factory test purpose, goes nowhere. And here already we have a bad PCB track, completely oxidized power switch here also, which might be quite hard to find a replacement. I have to check in my stock, but it is a switch with embedded red piece like this, not easy to find. And the power input connector is also quite bad and crusty. You can notice they did use X screws for this, flat head, very thin profile heads, but in X quite unusual. So everything in here is branded Sanyo. Old school Japanese transistors here. The main IC controller is this gold ceramic package with completely obscure markings. This must be high voltage power converter for the panaplex. This I have no idea. Some custom part with 4 legs. Bridge rectifier here, oddly enough. And a few electrolytics. Okay, so let's dig deeper and find out how bad it is. Little standoffs here. in brass. Back at the time, spare no expense. Ready? Those were super expensive. Oh, nice detail here. Look at those capacitors. They did mount them vertically. Wow, very crowded PCB area here. Interesting, and there is something poking out here, and I believe it might be the nipple from the display, because they are gas display and they are filled with xenon or something like this. So there is argon or neon, and there is actually some kind of a nipple thing to fill them. So here is the other side, quite crusty, you can see. All the keys are now loose and have their own little spring. Okay. So already we have a problem here because there is only 2 wires coming from this switch. Seems quite well. No, they are connected in parallel, so it is normal. Okay. So not sure even. In fact, the cables for the battery was already detached by because it was oxidized, and I'm not even sure where they are supposed to go, but I believe there is a website with a photo of an open calculator. Maybe it will be possible to figure out from the photo. Wow. So other side here, it is not very easy to tell the damage unless I undo this screw. Maybe. Will it come off this thing? Yes, so those are the contacts for the keys, more or less. And it does not help because you can see we have here a rubber thing glued to the PCB. Oh, look at this, we have 2 springs in this case. Wow, quite something. So quite a busy PCB here. I can see missing green lacquer here. Super vintage 3-pin LED here. Testing. And this thing sadly is glued in place. So 2 possibilities. Either it did protect the tracks under it and they are still intact, or it is hiding more damage. Not sure. So let's try to pop out this display. It is apparently secured by rubber like this. It is glued, but anyways the restoration of a calculator, if I do it, will require accessing the back here, so let's undo it. Okay, and we have interesting, look at this, it is glass and the wires are soldered to the glass tracks, the tracks on the glass. Wow. And yes, as I said here, filling nipple thing. Very nice display by NEC, model number here. The tracks here at the back do not seem terribly good. Well, they could be worse actually, but not very impressive. Okay, I have no idea of the power supply requirements, but the battery pack is 6 volts, so I guess with 7 volts or so it should power on. If I can figure out here, pin out. Oops. Okay, but as you can see, well, quite a mess this thing. Even more now. Number 3 comes here in the correct way, please. I should have placed some sticky tape over the keys to prevent them from flying around. And you know what? The worst thing is I have it near me, ready. But looks like I did not prepare them. Okay, I did not think about this. Okay, and of course it should not be fun without one missing spring. It is here. Okay, so what to do? Anyways, it should require taking apart this button, see if it can be saved or not. So removing this, cleaning this. This is completely oxidized here, also oxidized track here. Wow. So very extensive damage. Let's try to test some of the tracks, see if they are cut or not. I guess it is not even necessary to apply power supply. I do not expect much to happen. One second. Okay, let's test this one for instance. Seems good. This one here, good also. This. Not so good here. It is a case, it might be the case ground this. Yes, because it is going like such. Okay, I'm trying to figure out if I can try to apply power. If we consider this is ground because it goes to the case. And here I have my bridge rectifier. Could be possible, but you get the idea. So I will put this aside for now. It will be, I guess, a winter project, maybe, but a lot of work to do. And first I want to find a replacement switch here at least. It would be nice to have it working, but I do not expect much given the condition. So thanks for watching, bye bye.